Hi guys. Today I've been reflecting on my 2025 and one important event was that I finally released my very first app called Nutri Wizard. And today I would like just to share some thoughts with you. For example, why I built this app, how much time it took me, what do the key numbers look like, what the conversion looks like, retention, did it fail, and the next steps. So let me just start with the why. And the reason behind it is that my wife and I want to track nutritional values precisely. I'm not going to dive into the reasons why, but it's just the way it is. And the apps that we tried out don't really offer this level of precision. Because imagine you cook a soup, and for example, if you try it with Yasio, if you want to track it there, you search for soup and there are different soups that are all called the same, and you don't really know what soup you want to add because they all have also different nutritional values. The app is basically there to tell you what nutritional values your meal has, but it kind of requires you to know it. So what we wanted is actually, because we cook our own food, we wanted this granular control that you want to be able to kind of enter each individual ingredient precisely, and you basically just want to get a log of what it adds up to. And oftentimes we also have different combinations. So for example, what we cooked this week with, let's say, 7 potatoes, we cook next week with only 4 potatoes, and we want all these different variations also in the app. And let me just show you quickly what the app looks like. So this is your daily log. This is what you see when you enter the app. And the first kind of CTA, or the first action that you have to take, is add meal. And when you open it, or when you click it, this modal opens, and here you can do 2 things. You can make a photo of your meal, and you can add some explaining text. And by the way, this explaining text is also the thing that I'm missing in other apps, because let's say in other apps you can take a photo, but sometimes you just need more context. AI just is not able to recognize every single ingredient in your meal. So for example, I also prepared this salad as an example. So here you have like obvious things, but you also have this sauce, and nobody basically knows if this is mayonnaise or this is yogurt or whatever, because it's just not possible to recognize. And because of that, I really wanted to have this field to be able to add additional context. And then, so here you can make a photo, here you can add additional context, and after that you can hit add meal, and then your meal is analyzed based on all the information that you provided, and it's saved like this in the log. So as you can see, I added something by photos, I added something by just typing text, because I don't really always want to make a photo. And here I also have like this saved dishes, which I can add later to a meal. For example, this is a soup, let's say, and I can click here, add to meal, and I can add, let's say, 1/6 of this whole dish as my meal. So that's the idea behind the app. And then I see these indicators here, and I can track, okay, I need this and this many calories today. So this is the idea behind the app. Really simple. And this was the why. Now the timeline. So I released the app on November 3rd. It had no paid subscription, and I made one Instagram post. I don't have many followers on Instagram, like around 50, so it didn't gain much traction. I think 2 or 3 people that follow me on Instagram, no, it's rather 4 people that follow me on Instagram checked out the app, but not more, and they didn't really use the app much. So yeah, this was on November 3rd. On November 18th, it was a really crazy day. My wife left a comment under a post in a random Telegram group. The group was it was some influencer who shared that she tracked her meals and her nutrition using ChatGPT, and there were lots of comments under this post, like people were sharing experience how they do this and different models, what they use. And my wife just casually said, there's an app there is an app which uses ChatGPT behind the scenes. Go check it out. I've been using it, and it's really convenient because I cook my own food. and the result was really, and what's crazy is that she didn't tell me anything, and the result was really astonishing. I just checked how many registrations I had, and in 1 hour it went from like 1 on this day to 15 immediately. And I was really shocked. I had a panic. It was just crazy. And then I understood the power of authentic marketing. It's really crazy. It's a crazy day. It opened my eyes, I can say. And then, but then as you can see, let me just go back quickly to this one. So as you can see, yeah, it was on November 19th. And then on November 20th, it was as well 20 users, but then it started to kind of drop. So it went back to like 1 user per day, which I kind of got organically without paying anything to Apple. And then on November 29th, I introduced paid subscription. And there was a lot going on in my job. I needed to finish up lots of things until the year is gone, until the end of the year. And it was only on December 29th that I introduced, or that I removed the registration. And then on December 29th, I removed the registration, because previously I had registration with user email address, and then I just removed it altogether and enabled anonymous users to use the app. By the way, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. This would really mean a lot to me. Thank you. And then let me just show you my key numbers. So I decided I'm going to be revealing them gradually to keep some tension. So let's start with impressions. I had 2,680 impressions. I had 137 product page views. I had 72 downloads, 38 registrations, and 0 paid users for now. What else do I have? $0 earned, and how much money I spent. This thing I think, reveal completely. So this is how much money I spent in how many months? November, December, 2 months. So I spent $19 on expo.dev. I spent $4 on GCP. I spent really only $0.42 on OpenAI. Not a lot, given that I use OpenAI really a lot in my app. I think that's because I implemented caching in a very smart way. So basically, the only thing that OpenAI is used for actively is passing users input, but then I extract entities from it. And then if I don't have nutritional values to a certain entity or to a certain product from the user's input, then and only then I fetch it. But otherwise, I just use it from my cache. And because of that, it's not much. And then I spent $0 for hosting. I'm using Linode, and I have 3 months for free. And then starting from January, I'm gonna be paying $36 per month. I spent $12 on marketing on Apple App Store, which is in total around $35. So that was my key numbers. And then this is what my conversion looks like. I don't know, to be honest, if that's the correct way to present this. These are just the raw numbers and some interpretation. So I have defined several kind of gates, conversion gates, if that makes sense. So I get this as an input, 2,680 eyeballs, and then we have gate 1, where the users are converted from saw app icon, name and description, to open the app page, which is 5.1% conversion rate, which is, I think, very, very low. And then we have gate 2, from open the app page to download the app. Here the conversion is pretty high, I think 52%. I think I can't complain here, actually. Then we have gate 3, from downloaded the app to registered, which is the conversion between, well, from this to this, which are, so here are the users in my database, 38 at the moment, and the conversion here is 52.8%. And then the last one, the last gate, is from registered to bought premium, which is unfortunately now 0. And here's what my retention looks like, which is really, I think, it's really painful to look at, because I think that's the reason why nobody really bought the subscription, because they kind of didn't manage to make the app so that the users return. And as you can see here, we have, for example, on day 1, 6 users start using the app, and on day 2, nobody really returns. And why is it 6 even though I have 38 users? Well, because out of 38 users, only 6 ever added a meal, and nobody added a meal on the second day. So this is, yeah, this is really, really bad. And what are my next steps? So my next step would be immediately to fix the retention. Oh yeah, I just wanted to emphasize again that I spent a lot of time between these two events when I implemented the paid subscription, and I removed the registration. So now I can focus on, or I will be focusing on, improving the retention. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do this, but yeah, on the high level, I'm going to be improving the retention. And then after that, I'm going to be doing marketing. Also not sure how I'm going to do this, but again, next steps, I think I'm going to have to find out. And do I have anything else? Oh, okay. Now to answer the question, did the app fail? I think partially, or you can say so in certain aspects, for example, when it comes to the numbers, but also I think as long as I don't give up, it didn't really fail. So all in all, no, to be honest, I wouldn't say it failed. I learned a lot by doing the app, and I'm still doing this app. My wife and I really use the app actively. This is really kind of astonishing to me, because this is the first time that I built a product that I'm actually happy to use. And in that regard, it certainly didn't fail. That was pretty much it. If you want to know more about the tech behind the app, you can check out this video that I made. Thank you guys for watching.